Some people ask, why invest in crypto, right? And I think the answer should be really obvious because if you look at the market around you, this is not the America that I was promised when I was a kid. The whole idea of the American dream seems to be slowly withering away when everybody was promised as a child growing up, oh, if you just work hard, get a good job, you'll, make a decent living and be able to make your way in life. But if you're like me in your 30s and you were raised under that mentality, you pretty quickly are starting to find out that a $100,000 salary isn't quite what you thought it was back then. And to all the boomers out there who think to themselves, oh, well, this generation, they're still lucky. They get luxury stuff all the time still, and look how luxurious everything is around them. Okay, maybe there's some sort of validation that I could give you in that. But have you considered that owning a house today is 2.5 times more expensive almost than it was back in your day? So imagine trying to buy half of the home that you bought back in the day, if that would be feasible with just one income. Let me tell you, it's just not. The reality is that the millennial generation kind of got the short end of the stick. And so we have to revert to things like investing in crypto or other assets where, sure, maybe it is a little bit of a higher risk situation, but what other choice do we have to make money? Because it should be really clear, especially if you've been following my channel, that just holding on to cash ain't going to cut it. And if what happens or what we think will happen does happen, then it's only going to get worse from here. And you might say, well, I don't really know. Is it really 2.5 times worse? Well, the data speaks for itself. Back in 1990, just 35 years ago, the average annual income was somewhere around $21,000, and the average price of a house was just over $100,000. Now, today, the wage, yes, it has doubled, and there's average income of $40,000. However, the cost of a house is on average $400,000 or more. So yes, it is 2.5 times more. Between the economy and politics, whether you're on the right or the left, you just kind of have to admit at some point that the US is slowly devolving and kind of withering away, and so is the American dream with it. Now, I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but I am trying to be a realist. And if we know what's going on or where the economy is headed, then we can try our best to make wise decisions so that when the problems and issues do come, we can land on our feet instead of falling down like everybody else who isn't paying attention. So do your homework, make wise decisions so that you and your family can end up safe and well insulated should anything ever come.